Hey, what's up, guys? So last time I did this, I think it had a very good reception. I enjoyed making it, I enjoyed reading your comments, and you guys responded with comments, which was really nice. So we're basically going to try to replicate the Team Insanity way of doing Q&As, where it's basically, I'm basically ripping them off, but I hope that's okay. I hope nobody's offended by that. But I really think that helps them get closer to their community and their community get closer to them, and I want that here. I want to get closer to you guys, and I want you guys to get closer to me. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments below. But today we're going to talk about two things, really. A comment that really I wanted to talk about, and this right here. You might think this is a regular Gtek. It's not. It's a Gtek with your PB Friends updated trigger. And I have to say, the trigger does improve the gun. It does improve the trigger. I mean, the ball bearings do improve the trigger. Jeez, what's happening with me today? But do they make it rain Skittles when you pull the trigger? I mean, do they make a world's difference? No. They make a difference, not a world's difference. So just know what to expect when you're buying it. It will improve the trigger, but just don't expect too much if or when you get it. So now with the question from one of our fellow community members on one of my videos. So Cody Normand asks, I know it's kind of a more older marker, but could you do a good review on the EPHA? I mean, it's still a good marker and used and bought by a lot of newer players, but there's a lack of good reviews on it. I think a good review for it would be quite beneficial for the newer players looking to get into speedball. I agree. But instead of just talking about the EPHA, I think I'm going to talk about the entire entry-level marker market. So let's start with $100 to $200. Just talking about competitive markers here, no mechs or pumps. Just competitive markers trying to sell to the budget baller. For $100 to $200, you have the blowbacks, Azodins basically, and then you have the Dangerous Power E1. The E1 is a good shooter, actually. The Gen 2 E1s are a vast improvement from the Gen 1 E1s. They come with a clamping feed neck. They don't have the same tolerance problems. The Gen 1 E1s were not a good marker, I have to say. But the Gen 2s, they are a better machine. Now the board is still bad. It only has two modes, full auto and semi. And this is the reason, if you're not willing to spend more than $200 on the gun, this is the reason to get an Azodin over this one. The Azodins have the modes you need to compete. If you want to achieve high rates of fire with an E1, you have to have some pretty good fingers, or you're gonna use a very abusive full auto mode that is illegal in most fields. So just know what you're buying before you buy it. For the next category, you have the Proto Rail 2011 and the GOG Ecstasy for the $200 to $300 range. To me, the GOG Ecstasy is a more appealing marker. If you take a look at the bolt designs on both of them, they're both pretty good. The bolt design on the Ecstasy is essentially the same thing you find on the Shocker, just a bit simpler. And the bolt design on the Rail 2011 Rail is basically the same thing you find on a DM, just way simpler too. So fuse bolt and that other thing. So I mean, you're getting good shooters. But to me, the Ecstasy has a better trigger, has the on-off ASA. It just feels more appealing, has a longer barrel, and it fulfills the golden rule of paintball, which is all markers should come with a case. And the Ecstasy comes with a case, while the 2011 Rail comes with a box. So there's something else. Next, you have the $300 to $400 range, and here we find a lot of guns. The Falcon Proton, the EPHA, the G5, the Railmax, the Mini GS, possibly others, but I'm only going to talk about these. The Falcon Proton I haven't shot, but my field owner tried to order a few. There were some in customs, but I trust his judgment. If he was ordering a batch of 10, it's because he feels that they're good guns and he wants to supply our community with. So I think the Proton is a solid shooter. Comes with a cardboard box though, so Next you have the Mini GS, which is up actually closer to 400. But I have big hands and I don't really like minis. mean, they're good shooters, but I don't like the barrels that come with them. I don't like the way the eyes work. I don't like the feed necks that much. Well, the feed necks are actually fine. That's just me being picky. And I don't like the regs on them. So that's why I don't get them. They're good shooters. People enjoy using them. I just don't enjoy them. And now, you have the G5, the Railmax, and the EPHA. These are the three guns that I would actually get one of these three. So, you have two different categories actually. You have the G5, which is the outside, and the EPHA and Railmax that target the inside. What do I mean by that? The G5 tries to get that high-end feel of the gun. It's all metal. It's a hoseless design. It's got a sweet on-off ASA. It's got a sweet trigger. It's got a sweet feed neck. It's got all those things hammered down. It does very well. But where it lacks is in the bolt design. It's a very basic bolt design, and it really doesn't compete with the quality engines on the EPHA and Railmax. So if you want the high-end feel, definitely get the G5. You're going to be very happy with it. Now, when it comes to the EPHA and the Railmax, to me, the EPHA is a more reliable machine. They both shoot about the same, and the Railmax is a smoother shooter. So if you want a smooth shot, get the Railmax. If you want a reliable gun, get the EPHA. Now here's the thing. I'm gonna go piece by piece with both. The EPHA to me has a better on-off ASA than the Railmax. The knob is not. It doesn't have a good reputation. The Railmax knob. The regulator on the Railmax isn't all that fun to maintain. Works well, but it's not fun to maintain. With the EPHA, you have the simple spring, so it's not that hard. As far as the boards, the EPHA you can program without opening the grip panels. With the Railmax, you have to open the grip panels to maintain it. As far as the drivetrain, they're both high quality, and they both shoot paint very, very well. The difference with the EPHA is that you're gonna feel that shot. It's a rowdy mechanism. It's gonna go bam, 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 bam. It's not a hard gun to shoot, but it's a gun you're gonna feel when you're getting on the trigger. The Railmax is significantly smoother. Now that I mentioned the trigger, the EPHA has a better trigger in my opinion. And something I should also mention is if you're playing semi-auto, definitely get the EPHA. The Railmax can't shoot over 15 balls per second, and you're going to enjoy the ability to shoot above that if you're a semi-auto player. And then we have the solenoids, which is the main reason why I would prefer the EPHA. The solenoid on the Railmax is good, but it's a cheap solenoid design. It's not too wow. The solenoid on the EPHA is high quality, it's durable, and it won't fail that much. I've seen rail solenoids fail from time to time, and it's just because of their basic design. And thankfully, because of that, they're an easy fix too. But they might go down, just know that. So all in all, I mean, there's a lot of talking there, but if you want quality to start paintball with, you have a lot of options. I just put down a few. And the most important thing about paintball is playing paintball. So just try to find what appeals most to you. What other people say doesn't really matter, because if you're painting them in the face, then you're the one that has the power in the field, not what gun they have or what gun you have. So it doesn't matter what they think, doesn't matter what people say, what matters is how you get to the field and how you get to tag other people. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to ask me some questions, just type it down below and I'll answer them on the next video. I appreciate you guys' existence. See ya.